October is the month that for the last 2 years, this is now our third, I call this taking my power back. So October 16th is actually the date that Isabella transitioned and went back home to God. And it used to be for many years that when October came around, I would become depressed, I would be sad, and it was really hard for me to navigate October, right? So I said one year, I said, no, I got to do something different with October. And instead of, focusing on her passing, I have to honor her life and everything that she gave during her short, year and a half. She was almost 2 years when she passed. But let's honor that and all the contributions that she gave, all the knowledge that she gave me to be able to give that forward. And that's her legacy. And as her mother, I am helping her legacy live on.
Get busy for Izzy. Give life, give hope. Let's keep it going on.
Well, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us here. I'm so excited to have my guest with me, Marilyn Morales, who she is one of the busiest women I know. I'm so excited. All the words want to come out at the same time. Not only is she an amazing nurse, she also has an incredible nonprofit, and she opened up something new that I want to share with you guys, especially if you are in her area. Hi, Marilyn. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to people who don't know you yet?
Hi, everybody. My name is Marilyn Morales. I am the president of Izzy's Legacy Incorporated, which is a nonprofit organization. I have been a nurse for now 39 years, so I'll be going on to my 40th year soon. I was 10 years old when I became a nurse.
Or negative 10.
I wish, right? But I was very young when I started nursing, right? So 17 years old when I became a nurse. And I'm a co-owner of the Gathering Haven, which is an organization. We have a brick and mortar now. It's an organization that helps match up people who are seeking health and wellness and alternative ways of doing those things with the actual practitioners who do the work.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And, you are one of the co-authors for Saying Yes to the Whisper, How One Yes to God Changed Everything. I would love for you to give them a little teaser about what's in your chapter.
So my chapter has to do with saying yes to God when he was speaking to me about reaching those individuals out there, spreading awareness for the underrepresented communities to join the stem cell registry and to be able to save lives. Right. So that registry is a registry of heroes. People sign up as volunteers in order to donate their stem cells, which is a blood product. Right. It's something that's very easy to give. But we are underrepresented. Latinos, African Americans, those of us of mixed ethnicities, we don't have a good amount of people that are volunteers on there. So we're underrepresented on that registry. And there are so many people in need that are suffering from a blood cancer or disorder that need a transplant. So my mission, and God was calling me to do this because of my daughter, who I lost to leukemia in 2008, to make sure that other people didn't go through what we went through, the difficulty in finding somebody to save her life.
Yes, it's something out of deep sorrow and grief and tragedy birthed into something that I love, that it's really having her legacy move on. I love that you've been able to turn that mourning into missing and turn that into some passion and purpose. Because when you were telling me, even we're around the same age, and growing up about learning about donations as we were growing up, it sounded like it was really painful. It was really time consuming. I had this image when I was 13 or something like that, watching the meaning of life, and they're knocking on the door, saying, "We've come for your spleen." He's like, "I'm still using it."
Oh my God.
Running around and taking his spleen, right? Because it's a black comedy.
Yeah.
So they're like, "Oh, I don't know, but what if they want the body parts now?"
Yeah, it's very different.
It's very different. You explained to me how easy. I couldn't believe how easy it is to donate it. So for those who are maybe you have some trauma because of things that you learned that are incorrect, or you saw something that it was just, that's not the process anymore. I would love for you to shed some light around that. I know it really changed my mind about donating.
So science has evolved, right? And so what used to be that they used to have to go into the hip bone in order to take the bone marrow out. thankfully, science has evolved to now it is like donating platelets or donating blood. It's as simple as that in 90% of the cases. So it is being able to give life in life, as I always say, right? You have the ability to do that and live your life fully and move on. It's not as scary as other organ donations where somebody dies. Let's be real, right? For other organs, you have to die in order to be able to give that organ and signing that organ donation on your license, right? Nothing scary like that. It's as simple as giving blood, right? It get to hang out with a nurse like me in a room. They take what they need and they give back the rest of it, and then you go home and live the rest of your life. And you've just done a miraculous thing by saving somebody's life. Imagine being able to do that. And that's what I said. It's so easy. Why not?
Yeah, it's so easy. Why not? And when we're recording this, it's going to be right before your yearly fundraiser. And if you're watching this outside of the timeline, I still want to talk about it because that way you can get in touch with Marilyn for the next one. Why don't you talk about the upcoming fundraiser?
Yeah, so October is the month that for the last 2 years, this is now our third, I call this taking my power back. So October 16th is actually the date that Isabella transitioned and went back home to God. And it used to be for many years that when October came around, I would become depressed. I would be sad. And it was really hard for me to navigate October, right? So I said one year, I said, no, I got to do something different with October. And instead of, focusing on her passing, I have to honor her life and everything that she gave during her short, year and a half. She was almost 2 years when she passed. But let's honor that and all the contributions that she gave, all the knowledge that she gave me to be able to give that forward. And that's her legacy. And as her mother, I am helping her legacy live on, which is why we called it Izzy's Legacy.
That's so beautiful. And I know also that you and I were talking before that in 2026 in March, you're also going to be doing a drive.
Yeah, so October 2026 is going to be many drives. So anybody who's hearing me out there, if you have a church with a large congregation, if you have a space, you have somewhere where you would love for me to come and speak at, I am looking for venues. I am taking this on the road because 2026, I would love to focus on increasing that donor. There's two things that Izzy Legacy does, right? It's bring that education so that we can bring more people to the registry. And I always said, I'm not looking to make $1 million, but I am looking to save 1 million lives, right? And we also do financially assist those on a cancer journey. So we do have 2 legs to Izzy's Legacy, right? The 2 biggest lessons I took away from her journey. But I want to focus more on increasing that donor drive. I don't have too many years in front of me. I always say I got more years behind me than I do in front of me. And so if I'm going to get to that million people on this registry, I got to work fast.
Well, I love your mission, and I'm going to play the song that was created for Izzy's Legacy called Get Busy for Izzy. On the other side of this, you're going to want to hear it because it's totally Isabella's heart, is Marilyn's heart, and the mission set to music. It's one of the most beautiful things that I've been able to create, and I'm so grateful that you allowed me to be part of her legacy by creating that song for you.
Well, thank you for creating it. It is beautiful, and every single person, especially within my family that hears it, gets chills. They feel her in the song, and that's what was important. So thank you.
It was absolutely my pleasure. And is there anything else that you would like to leave with our audience before we wrap this up?
Join the registry. Visit izzylegacyinc.org. There is a direct link there. It says registry. So if you're between the ages of 18 and 35 and are willing to be that volunteer, please join right through that registry. And there's also a donate button if you want to support our services so that I can reach more people and so that we can continue to financially assist anybody who's on a cancer journey. We support families on a cancer journey. Please donate.
Thank you so much. Everything you need to know to connect with Marilyn will be in the show notes wherever you're finding this. And until next time, may God's richest and best be yours. Bye for now.
Presente mi gente baila pa' la vida. She danced in her crib with joy in her feet, moved to the beat even when she felt weak. Little warrior with rhythm in her soul, even in a hospital bed she played her role. Every morning music on blast, she turned it up loud, made the sadness pass. Now we carry her rhythm in everything we do, and the joy she gave comes alive in you. Don't wait till it knocks on your door. You can give life while you're still living more. One swap, one match, one beat of the drum, one yes can save someone. Get busy for Izzy, baila por la vida, con fuego se vive. Joy in our bodies, love in our hands, we're dancing today, así se levanta. Get busy for Izzy, timbales y soul. Give life, give hope, let's keep it going on. Save a life, just a chair, some hours and a little light. Why we missing from the registry list? Black, brown mix, we can't be missed. We bring sabor, we bring soul. Let's show the world we're ready to roll. Minorities matter, let's take that stand. Hoy decimos presente, raise your hand. This ain't about death, it's about today. It's joy and rhythm that leads the way. Don't wait for fear, let love ignite. Your corazón was made to fight. Get busy for Izzy, baila por la vida, con fuego se vive. Joy in our bodies, love in our hands, we're dancing today, así se levanta. Get busy for Izzy, timbales y soul. Give life, give hope, let's keep it going on. They didn't show up for her, but we're showing up now. We gotta do something different if we want a different outcome. Dale corazón, dale mi gente. Get busy for Izzy, dale con sabor. Her name lives on in every tambo. Warriors, resistance, love is loud. From ATL to the world, we say it proud. Get busy for Izzy, baila por la vida. Presente mi gente, this is her salida.